President and CEO of Our City Forest, and I would just like to be a messenger tonight about the problems that trees are having during the drought, and I would really appreciate it if you could take this message back to your friends in your districts, and also perhaps get some encourage city leaders also to be willing to do a very serious campaign on the value of trees during a drought. We had a lot of less activity or less requests that were canceled because people were afraid to plant trees during the drought. And I just want to be not the first to say that, as CAL FIRE says, that the urban forest is the frontline defense against climate change. And so there is no better way to mitigate the drought and the conditions of drought and climate change issues than by planting trees. So I can really appreciate any support you have. We have a lot of educational materials and fact sheets about why trees need to be planted during a drought. And I think one good takeaway is that every tree in and of itself is a drought-tolerant landscape. Every single tree, even if it's not a drought-tolerant tree in and of itself, because it does so much in terms of helping with drought, and it needs so little water to get established. So that's my message to you, and I hope. Okay.
Do you have any information on how to take care of trees through a drought?
Yes, thank you, Larry. And I did mean to say that. So then when we're entering, once you enter like the third year of a drought, even mature trees do need a boost of water. So don't let your mature trees, don't ignore them. They do need a boost of water. They need it, and it's worth every penny of water that you spend on them because they are long-term investments, 20, 30, 40, 100, 200 years. And you don't want those to die because they are suffering in this extended drought situation. We have on our website, ourcityforest.org, we have information, but I'm finding that this is such a citywide, countywide, region-wide problem that I do feel it needs to be addressed with a very ambitious campaign. Trees do so much for the climate, protecting other vegetation, and cleaning our groundwater, cleaning the air, all the other benefits that they provide. But during a drought is the best time probably to plant a tree. We also have a lot of information on the website about drought-tolerant trees as well as native Californian trees. You might be interested in.
On your site, you have specific information on how to take care of the stress, especially not if I'm stressed out.
Yes, yes. And I'd love to come anytime if you'd like a more extended presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Question. Oh. So I know that the San Jose Water Company, which serves a large portion of San Jose, has requested that the California Public Utilities Commission allow it to impose penalties based on water use. And I wondered how that impacts what you're doing, and whether you feel that the plan that they proposed adequately ensures that trees will continue to survive.
Thank you. That's a very good question. The only policy set forth that I'm aware of that has is advanced enough now that has separated the issue of trees from other vegetation, such as flowers and grass, is the San Jose City Council, which I applaud them for recognizing that trees should be an exception, so that instead of limiting trees to a narrow window of planting time during the year, they have not done that for trees. That's a huge step forward, because to put trees in the same category as grass during the drought or any time of water shortage or any time at all is just not good. It's not logical thinking. I'm not so familiar with that, but if they've not separated trees from other vegetation, then I would want to address that. I would hope that people would take issue with that and ask for an exception for trees.
Mr. Chair, just a reminder as you go into your discussion about the work plan this evening, This commission took a working paper working with DOT several years ago on street trees policy. So it would be within the context of your 4 priorities, dealing with DOT, to potentially explore that as an item to be looked at this coming year, particularly because of the drought. And one of the reasons that we actually have the fireworks on the agenda this evening is that last year, the 3rd year of the drought, the fire department and police were talking about the necessity to keep that down. And so you've included that as an effect of the drought and safety as part of your work plan, and this item will cover the end of that work plan discussion. So it falls within your purview if you decide to take that off.
And I'm just kind of smiling slightly because I was taking notes as to what I wanted to talk about when I came here. I had no idea that Rhonda was going to be here, and I had drought-dash trees on the work plan. So, same thought, same mind. Okay.
Do we have your contact information, or how do we reach you? Can you give it to Ernest, or just Dr. Ames have it?
Sure. So Rhonda Berry, and it's ourcityforest.org is our website. And my phone number, I can be reached at 408-799-9502.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Robert.
Robert Sandoval, District 7. During the planning years, we planted over 179 trees along with the city forest in our area. And also we were able to install irrigation, where now we have a pump, and every now and then, of course, it's run by battery. We have to call the city to replace the battery. But our trees are doing very well that we planted. Even around the school of Old Lady, we planted another 34 trees there, and they're all very successfully growing. So we feel very proud about our project.
Dave.
David Dearborn, District 6. Regarding the earlier mention of trees, street trees and DOT, that subject can also be taken up under quality of life in neighborhoods as a result of trees, not street trees, but trees on property.
I only mentioned the fact that the working paper that you had several years ago focused primarily on street trees, so you can expand it on whichever way you want.
Okay, thank you. Moses.
I have one question. I know we're talking drought.
I cannot hear you. Can you?
We're talking drought. I know that, I don't know who it is, but they offer to take the front yards and remove like the grass and redo a drought resistance yard. Now, that's bushes and stuff like that. Do you offer those too?
Yes, just briefly, we introduced a lawn buster program last fall, and it's been, the city has approached us to do a pilot with them and the Santa Clara Valley Water District. And part of our mission is to see if we can make that connection to get more trees approved on that list. Because, again, as I said, every tree is in and of itself a drought-tolerant landscape, and we think that we can just do a whole lot for our climate here in San Jose by planting more trees in yards as well. Right now, the list only includes a couple shrub-like trees, but yes, we do that. It's a done-in-a-day kind of approach with sheet mulching, and when we ramp it up, it will be for low-income families because it's very important. We want to help the Water District gain traction, and the reason that we're able to do this pilot, I should add, is because the San Jose Municipal Water Division is chipping in the third dollar so that it can be a rebate, a reimbursement-based project just based on that $3 a square foot. So it's really very inexpensive. the bare minimum, but it's to gain traction and bring it more industry, actually, to landscape designers and gardeners, and we'll be having a training program for gardeners as well, so that everybody can be involved in this exciting transformation of the landscape of Silicon Valley, where we're going to actually, I think, begin to see the importance of adapting our landscape appropriately to our climate.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on. Before we go, Ernest, would you like to introduce the person? You have a new person sitting here.
Right. This is actually a student, graduate student at San Jose State University.
Hi, student. Do you have a name?
I This is like last night when I was asked to sit in and make up the report. This is Emilio Saavedra, and hopefully I correctly pronounced that. He is. I've had Emilio on board to help me to develop, and some of you know that if you attended the focus group, an online ability for folks to register their neighborhood associations. In the past, we've had it all done through paper, and we're trying to drag ourselves into the future. And so he's actually, I've extended him to stay with us longer, and part of his responsibility, he'll be graduating from San Jose State with his Master's in Public Administration next June. He would like to do a paper on a project that potentially is either something the city manager's office is doing or something the Neighbors Commission is doing. So you're going to see a lot of him in the future. And I wanted him to sit in on some of the discussion on the work plan so that he is looking for ideas that may fit in for his thesis paper. So anyway, if you'd like to say something else, you can. Speaking of the mic though.
Good evening, everyone. Like, as Ernest said, my name is Emilio, and I'd like to thank you all for allowing me to be here tonight. And I look forward to working with you guys.
And just one comment, after you work here 5 years, you want to get a promotion, become a senior intern. Anyhow, so